Hello there, everybody. It's me, Kay. Welcome back to the finale of Daggerfall. We're going to finish the game this episode. There's very little left. We did make it inside the blind god's eyes. Hang on, I need this lift. That thing's just a little buggy. Sometimes you have to redo it a few times, so I reloaded and just did it again. Okay, now then. 1 speaks for me. 2 serve me. 6 protect me. How many defy me? Okay, so it's talking about the skulls. There was 1 down there that told us the puzzle. Then 2 we had to click on that were looking at him. Those are the ones that serve him. 6 more aren't looking at him, but are looking on the path. Therefore, they're looking down the path at you as you approach. Therefore, they're protecting him. How many defy me? 1. There is 1 skull that is looking completely away from him. And that's the answer to that puzzle. Okay, next room. Locked in a room with 6 skulls. Okay. Well, you start hitting skulls. That one cast a spell at me. That's not nice. Let's see here. Well, that one teleported me on top of the blind god. That's not good. That just kills you. That would send you plummeting to your death. Okay. Now I gotta ride this damn thing again. So there's 9 skulls down there. And the question is, which skull is the correct one? I don't think anything even suggests to you which one is the correct one. But there's a few ways to do this. 2 of them will sort the problem. 7 of them either do nothing or fucking wreck your shit. 2 of them outright kill you, so we don't want to hit those 2. We've checked 2 of them now. I can't crouch while I'm levitating, unfortunately. So I can't get... There we go. Alright. 1. Yeah. Okay. So... Skull 1 and 2 sucked. That just made a grunty noise. That paralyzed me. Okay. This one kills you. Let's not do that one. That one opens the door. Oh, hi there, Iron Atronak. That's good. Another one, I believe, this one teleports me past the locked door, so same difference. Skull with no jaw. I think in the base game, without Dream installed, one of these is missing a jaw, and it's the correct one, and that's the clue. But with the Dream graphics enhancement pack on, I think they fucked it up a little bit and just gave it the same appearance as all the others. So be aware of that if you decide to play through this and you're using Dream to make the game not fucking anciently fugly. It looks okay, but it looks super dated. I mean, it's hard for me to do something that dated. Just mulch these Atronachs. They can't even hope to stop me anymore. Even the iron one just gets pulped. I love this build. Nice knight. Good polygon count on that suit armor. Okay, we just gotta head up here. Archer just died. I'll take your ivory and your dragon scales, why not? Oh, yeah, I can loot you. Right, you're actually lootable. There's so little here that's lootable. Potion to cure disease, that might come in handy. God, it's just pure chaos when I start swinging this fucker. Okay. Let's see here. Is there anywhere else to have gone here? No, it's just a lot of complicated-ass spiral. Okay. Oh, we're kind of making a weird shape, too. Pay attention to that shape. It's important. Ooh, 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 ooh. That goes all the way down, so we know that's part of that shape. Okay, that just drops us down here. All right, we've made a shape, haven't we? Okay then. So we need to climb up here. Oh, there we go. We're teleported when we drop down there. All right. Ow! Oh, these are Daedra Lords. Fuck me, these are Daedra Lords. Okay. Open fire then, you pricks. I'm highly spell resistant. Highly spell resistant. Yeah, keep firing. You only got so much magicka. Can't hit me. Can't get me. Can't get me. Also, there's a giant fucking sword lodged there. Look at that. That's cool. A familiar voice laughs mockingly. So, Abasi, come to pay your respects properly at last. Okay. Let's see here. All right. We're back in this room. All right. Ah, yes, we need the secret door then. There is a secret door. Yes. There we go. Behind this secret door is where we need to go. I think there's just bad shit on either side here. Luck is nothing to fear from me, but you know what? There's bad shit on this side of the door too. I get through you, damn door. I wish I could see this in third person. Don't you? Yep, there's an archer. They got their shit wrecked. What's that steel? You see a crossbow being held by that knight. That's different. This one has a sword. Okay, good. Wait, what was that chest? Just steel. Yeah, I figured. Let's rest until fully healed. Now, that was a clue that there's some way to go pay your respects in this room, so there was a secret door to go pay your respects. Because here, it's your boy, Sheogorath again. He's just hanging around. Greetings, Abasi. You dare much by intruding here. Nevertheless, I will allow you to proceed, provided you prove as perceptive as rumor reports. You may be aware that I am a master of the blade, but what is my other favorite weapon? Answer correctly, then arm yourself. Okay, well, that room outside, that weirdly shaped room, it's in the shape of a crossbow, and his two statues, one had a sword and the other had a crossbow, so it's crossbow. That should have... Okay, yeah, okay. Answer correctly, then arm yourself. Okay, how do you arm yourself in a crossbow? Well, you gotta climb in where the bolt would go, down here. Yeah. Alright. Let's see... Alright. I'm gonna arm myself. This is where a bolt goes. Right here. Caught that fucking wall. Wow, that was really hard to do, actually. That was kind of impressive. Okay. Back to this bullshit. Alright, I think they're out. You see someone when you close your eyes. I see people when I open my eyes, and I think that's a bigger concern right now, frankly. But now there's an open trapdoor here, which is very interesting. Aha! And this gives us something. We touched it. Did we touch it? What are these? It's just weird shit. Just this? Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay. Sure. Okay, another one. Oh, that's not the Mantella. That's just a rock. We need a green gem. Let's see here. I like this. The fanfare that opened was like 2 gold blues, plastic. All right, well. Oh God, that's sinking down. Yeah, I think that might have been bad for me. Oh no, it's okay. It was just raising that shit up. All right. We are sinking down. Also, more of the sword is revealing itself. Daedalord just died. That's great. I'm glad. Fuck him. Oh, more of you pricks. You got spells again. Hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Daedalord blew himself up. Nice. Nice. They're on that shit. There's a crossbow as well. So, giant sword, giant crossbow. Oh, yeah, you can see where it was sheathed in that. There's a gap there. Okay. Okay, I'm arming myself, Sheogorath. I'm here. Do something. Maybe I didn't. It's supposed to do a thing. Why aren't you doing a thing? Oh, you have to fire it. Okay. Boink. It fired me. I'm now at the top of the sword. The sword is tilting. This is cool. This is kind of rad, actually. My lantern's dead. Hang on, let me grab more oil in that. Good time for my lantern to just decide that it was done today. Light that lantern. Oh, baby, light my lantern. All right, now we can walk up the sword past all these pricks into a door. All right, let's save here because we are almost done. We are about to beat this damn game. All right, that's gonna get us moving. All right, here we go. Oh, ghost. Fire Daedra. Beat your ass. There we go. There's a shitty closet. Don't care about that. Closet. Door. Okay, there's always a closet and a door. Which, alright, that ghost didn't have much hope. He was not the ghost with the most. That's got a nice little campfire. For the ghosts, I guess, to hang out. That's where they respawn at when they die. This is Dark Souls now. God, okay. Damn, this is a nasty little place. It's just nothing but ghosts and fire Daedra for some reason. I'm just wrecking those poor ghosts, though. Okay, pits. Hup. 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 There we go. No problem. Ah. Behold, the chamber. Well, I have levitate, so this makes it easy. There she is, the Mantellan heart. We touched it. And we're back. Nilfgaard said we'd get teleported back here. Nilfgaard cackles. Not so fast, Abasi. Don't you want to see the result of your handiwork? Look now into the Book of the Time. Read upon its pages the history of what shall pass within the next few days. Read fate as it shall be recorded upon the Elder Scrolls. Meanwhile, in the Undercrofts, as the Mantellan heart's free, the Underking can live again and therefore die as he wished. And so he does. Goodbye, Underking. You got your wish.
Great Numidium, its raw power tempered only by the blaze, crushes all of the rebellious children of the Empire, destroying their armies.
So that's what happens. Numidium tempered only by the glaze destroys the armies, I guess. Your work is done, Abasi. The world is no longer as it once was. Such is the way of things. Oh, and if you tell my lich statue to shut up, the door to my chamber will open. Alright, well, we just finished Daggerfall. Oh, I never noticed the awesome skull floor. Well, Fog is a nice lady. So, here's what happened. Once we touched the Mantella, it returned to the Numidium, but now it's in the real world, so it's no longer separated from Zurin Arctus, the Underking. Underking gets to come back to life and subsequently explode, as was his wish, because he just wanted to die. He was trapped undead for basically forever and couldn't die as long as the heart wasn't in this realm. So Underking gone. The Emperor uses Numidium to crush the armies of Wayrest, Daggerfall, and Sentinel, and restore Imperial control fully to the Iliac Bay region. That's our ending. However, this merits a little more explanation. All the endings happen at the same time. The Mantella is a really powerful artifact, and so is Numidium, and so is the Totem. This conflux of incredibly powerful magics creates a time paradox. This is what's known as a dragon break, because Akatosh, the god of time, is a dragon, depicted as a dragon. So when time breaks, it's a dragon break. So what's happened now is all 8 possible outcomes have occurred. 1, the Emperor gets the totem, crushes the armies of Wayrest, Daggerfall, and Sentinel, restores peace to the Iliac Bay. Another thing happens as well. Adwar, king of Wayrest, gets the Numidium. He destroys Daggerfall and Sentinel's armies. Third thing that happens. This is all simultaneously, mind you, even though they contradict each other because of time bullshit. Now, Gothrid of Daggerfall gets it also and crushes Wayrest and Sentinel. And then Queen Obki of Sentinel has it and crushes Wayrest and Daggerfall. So basically, consistently, all the armies of the Iliac Bay got wrecked, which does leave the Empire de facto in charge. That's 4 of the possible things. The Underking gets it and dies. We saw that. That happens regardless. Manamarco, the King of Worms, gets it and decides to shed this mortal coil entirely and become a god called the Necromancer's Moon. He is no longer with us. He is now a being of immense magical power. And is completely, again, unconcerned with the mortal world now, so he's out of the picture. And Gortwog, King of the Orcs, gets it, uses his power to force the Empire to recognize Numidium, uses Numidium's power to force the Empire to recognize the Orc nation of Orsinium as equals, which is why Orcs are a playable race in every game after this. So all those contradicting things happened because everyone got the Numidium as part of this time paradox. The other thing is I got the Numidium. I'm not of royal blood, so what immediately happens is the Numidium crushes me flat as a pancake and I die. So, and then goes on a rampage throughout the Iliac Bay area, since it no longer has anyone controlling it, since it just crushed me and my totem of Tiber Septum. And then the Blades take it out, like the Imperial Army takes it out too, and it crushed Daggerfall's army, Wayrest's army, and Sentinel's army. So in every outcome, Daggerfall, Wayrest, and Sentinel basically get fucked. The cities are fine, it's just their armies are destroyed and they're reduced to total powerlessness. Now, after a few days, this event, which is known as the Warp in the West, this Dragon Break, corrects. And what we're left with is our status quo going into future games. The Empire controls Daggerfall, the whole Daggerfall province now, all the Iliac Bay's back under the control of the Empire, no more fucking around with each other. I'm dead. Orsinium exists. The Underking's dead, and Gortwog formed Orsinium, and the Orcs are now a recognized nation and a recognized people equal to other races in Tamriel. So that's where we go. After the Dragon Break kind of resolves, that's the status quo. It's pretty much what you know from Morrowind. Unfortunately, that does mean we are dead, canonically. That is one of the possible endings, Numidium killing us. So yes, it all happened, so we are dead. It's possible that we're dead but also alive after the Dragon Break. Who knows? Shit got real wild during it, because all these things happen simultaneously and none of them happen, and just like all kinds of bullshit. Who knows? But we are done. Let's have a look at our character. We ended up with 100 strength, 88 int, 50 willpower, 50 agility, 100 endurance, 95 perception, 100 speed, 77 luck. We were level 10. We had over 200,000 gold, 200 fatigue, 181 health, and 150 encumbrance. What were our skills at? Our blunt weapon ended at 86%. That's terrifying. Our restoration was 58, and our critical strike was level 47. Our major skills: mysticism was at 36, dodging 42, and medical at 24. Stealth was at 53, running at 53, jumping 20, climbing 39, swimming 22, mercantile 25, and our remaining skills were etiquette at 10%, orcish at 7, giantish and nymph at 6, spriggan at 4, impish at 5, pickpocket was 6, destruction was 6, alteration was 6, short blade was 5, hand-to-hand was 11, archery was 4, Streetwise was 7, Harpy was 5, Dragonish was 4, Daedric was 3%, and yet we still actually got a Pacify. That was amazing. We got it in Aetherius earlier. Centaurian was at 10%, Lockpicking was at 5%, Backstabbing at 13, Illusion at 32, Thaumaturgy at 24, Longblade at 6, and Axe at 3. That's what we had. Now, my thoughts. Just focusing on any one weapon skill and excluding the ability to wield all the others is a good strategy, in my opinion. It's pretty damn nice. It let me bonk the hell out of the world. A restoration is a must, in my opinion, to play the game. You need that self-healing. Mysticism, really useful, as is Thaumaturgy. Illusion just kind of happened. Thaumaturgy is very useful. You want Thaumaturgy, Mysticism, and Restoration. Those are, in my opinion, the must-haves, just for the convenience of stuff like Mark and Recall, Levitate, the water breathing and water walking, and just heals and cures. Like, those are so important to play through the game, because disease and poison will wreck your shit. There's no way around it unless you can be immune to it, which you could be conceivably at character creation if you took those perks. I think I built a solid character overall. And we ended up with the Warlock's Ring was a great choice. It turned us into a blender for the final dungeon, and that was really damn funny. We never did have any magical marks. That's fine. Magical items are critical to playing this game well. I think everybody should do the Mages Guild, not for the magic, but to get access to buying magical items. Stuff like, I didn't have Alteration all game, so having the Wand and the Malachites of Undeniable Access, really useful, got me through those doors. I didn't have to beat them down all the time. We did a lot this game. There's a lot of magical items that came in handy. Some of the ones that cast destruction spells were handy, even though I never manually cast a destruction spell all game. Overall, I loved Daggerfall. Loved playing through it again after all this time. It'd been so long I'd forgotten the whole game. Just utterly. And just had a good time. I hope you all had a great time too. We've finished Daggerfall. Of course, it being an Elder Scrolls game, you can just keep playing after the ending. We can go on forever, but I'm not gonna. We've beaten the story. We've resolved the events of King Lysandus and the letter. We're just kind of done with the main story, and I'm happy to call it there. I recommend everybody try Daggerfall. It's a fun game. If you like classic RPGs, it's great to play it and great to see where Morrowind comes from, really. Because there's so many systems in this that Morrowind inherits, like the chance to hit when you swing on an enemy that goes away in like Oblivion and Skyrim. It's just you swing and you hit them. There's so much to this game. It's as deep as the ocean and as shallow as a puddle at the same time. It's very interesting. Like, if we look at the world, let me go out here real quick. That wasn't the right way at all, was it? Silly K. Let me just head out here. Pacified a battle mage with my etiquette skill. That's fun. Shut up. Ow. They shot me in the ass. Right in the ass. Okay, let's look at this world map. I want to talk about this for a minute. We visited Daggerfall. We very briefly visited Menavia because the tomb of King Lysandas. We visited the Isle of Balfiera. We visited one spot in the Rothgarian Mountains. We do have to visit Wayrest, the Dragontail Mountains, because that's where Manamarco, the King of Worms, was. Orsinium. And we visited Sentinel. You don't go nowhere else. Nowhere else in the game. You don't have to go to Bettany or the Isle of Sibaldes. You don't go to any of this shit down here. You don't go to Ephesius. None of this around here. None of this part over here. Or any of this. Because there's actually nothing there. It's just Radiant quests. Like, there's guilds. Like, you can go do Mage Guild jobs in cities around here. You can visit all this shit if you want. But there's just no reason to. There's nothing there. So in a normal playthrough, if you're just going through the story, you're never going to see like any of this. And there's nothing special about any of it. It looks like everywhere else. And it just has procedurally generated towns like everywhere else with their own shops and whatnot. But it's all the same. So it's interesting that they made this massive area. I think it would be weird if you had to like fast travel through this area and couldn't go here. Like you'd have to warp to like Rothgarian Mountains, Orsinium, Wayrest, Menavia, Isle of Balfiera, Dragontail, and Sentinel. If those are the only locations you could go to and you just teleported to them, like from like a dock or like a cart or something, I think that would be weird. I like the freedom to just go wherever and do whatever you want. You can ignore and skip the main story completely. You can fail the main story really early on and never get any further in it. It's just interesting. It's an interesting game. It did a lot right. It did a few things wrong. And it has a place in history as an extremely important RPG. And the history of RPGs is very interesting. I'm something of a scholar of it. I've read a ton of very, very elaborate books on the subject. So I think Daggerfall, if we didn't get Daggerfall, I don't think we'd have had Morrowind. Daggerfall walked so Morrowind could run. And Morrowind is, in my opinion, the most important RPG of, I think, the modern age, so to speak. Because it shapes a lot of what can be done with RPGs and the depth you can get out of them and the stories they can tell. The Elder Scrolls universe is a wonderful, weird place. I really like it. It's my favorite fantasy setting because it's just so weird. You don't see a ton of the weirdness in Daggerfall in and of itself, though if you read the books, a lot of which come from, I think, Arena, and a lot of them continue on into Morrowind and later games. The books talk about some bizarre shit like were-sharks and stuff like that, and gives insane descriptions of what the Imperial City is like, which is just not the case in Oblivion, sadly, because of engine limitations and just time limitations. They couldn't make it like the size of a country and give it like giant flying gardens and shit like the books talk about. But yeah, overall, huge game. This is one of those like 9.5 out of 10s. Like there's just like a couple small things that drag it down. The narration is terrible and almost impossible to understand sometimes. There's a lot of like guide dang it nonsensical puzzles, like touch a skull, like figure out that there's a lever like under a rock somewhere and you levitate the rock by like stepping on the exact right spot so you can throw that lever to make a lift appear somewhere in another section of the dungeon. Like that kind of BS. Hate that, but other than some bullshit puzzles, some jank, and the narration not being so good, I think everything else about Daggerfall is a blast. I enjoy the combat. I enjoy becoming the mace or the Warhammer blender that we were at the end. Abasi was a fun character, smashed to death by Numidium or not. We might revisit her in a future game. We'll see. But for now, that is everything to do with Daggerfall. I had a blast. I hope you all had a blast. Thank you all for watching. I will see you in whatever next game we go through on the channel. And please, be good to one another. Thank you for everybody who's left me supportive comments and just talked positively with me about things on the game. It's been wonderful. See you next time.